I got a new TV, and so I've been watching like some old content and with new
Oh,
eyes. This actually looks really good.
what kind of TV?
It's just like the last TV I had was like 6 years old, but this one
Yeah,
has Dolby Vision on it, and it has like
nice.
HDR and stuff. All and it has like it's QLED and stuff like that. So the
Very
picture's
cool.
bright. It's really nice to see old movies. I'm watching Civil War right now. And it's amazing between Civil War and like Infinity War, the picture quality is way different between the two movies. So anyway,
Yeah.
but people didn't come here to talk about TVs, even though I could talk about it all day. We're here to talk about the lingering plot threads of the MCU, and man, are there a lot of them. Like a
Mm-hmm.
ton of them. A kind of uncomfortable amount of them. Um, and like I want to get started by saying that these lingering plot threads were designed by Disney and Marvel to keep the train moving, right? So it's like, hey, we're going to make more movies. We have to set up the next
Right.
movie from the next movie. So
Yeah.
here's a movie we have right now. We'll have a plot thread here. We will address it next movie, but then there's going to be another plot thread, blah, blah, blah. And you can tell that after the Infinity Saga,
They meant to pick all these up.
yeah, but you can tell after the Infinity Saga, they were just kind of throwing these plot threads all over the place, and they didn't know what to do with it. And now they have a problem. To the
Yeah.
point,
It makes me wonder. Like, I don't even know how they thought they were going to be able to pick up all of these things.
yeah,
They were just laying down so much stuff. It was crazy. I
and
mean, they would have had to keep doing like 4 movies a year, 4 TV shows a year.
which I mean, to be fair, there was an idea in Disney to do that. They were like, okay, the Infinity War was a success. We've got Disney Plus now. We're going to chunk out all these movies to be great.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they are. I don't think they anticipated the amount of fan or like just popular, not backlash, but just weariness of it. Like people just got tired of these, especially after Infinity War. They were like, ugh, like this is too much. And so like a lot of these
Yeah.
lingering plot threads, they never came back around to them because they were just not popular. I think if people watched enough Disney Plus shows and they went to more of the movies, then Disney and Marvel would be like, okay, yes, we love this. Let's do it more, but that just didn't happen. So let's go over each one, talk about how each one works, and then we got a lot, so we got to get moving. Let's start with the first one. Moon Knight's third personality. Mike, we covered Moon Knight pretty heavily.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
And
yeah.
this plot thread doesn't bother me that much, but there was another character called. Do you remember the other characters' names?
I don't remember any of their names.
I do. Hang on. We had Stephen Grant.
Yeah. Okay, that was the nervous one, right?
I don't know. No,
Wasn't
yeah,
it?
Mark. Yeah, Stephen Grant, and Mark Spector. So
Mark Spector was the
Spector-
suave one.
Mark Spector was the original personality. He created Stephen Grant, but there was another character at the end they introduced called John Lockley. We talked about this a lot in the podcast. So
We did, yeah.
you want to talk about more. So as far as the lingering plot thread, if they want to do a season 2 of Moon Knight, it's an obvious point. We have a third personality. We can address it.
I still see rumors about them doing another Moon Knight. I just don't see it.
If Oscar Isaac came to Disney and said I want to do another Moon Knight, they would do it instantly. But like
It just doesn't fit in with what they're doing. It doesn't fit in with their the quantity that they want to put out now.
it doesn't fit out with the quantity, but it would have fit in with the idea of the movies that they would have kept Like when we talk about Eternals, this make more sense. But if they would have made a Blade, the Moon Knight would have fit into it as far as like thematically.
Sure.
But they didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I like Moon Knight. I think we had a good time watching it. I enjoyed it very much. It's a pretty good series.
I definitely enjoyed the first 2 episodes more than the rest.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. I enjoy it far more. But I think at the end of this one, we should come to some kind of will they follow it up or not. I'm going to come to I doubt they'll do another Moon Knight series, and if they do, they will follow it up. But if not, they definitely won't.
It doesn't make sense. The only way I could see them following it up is if they did a special presentation midnight.
Like, what do you mean?
Like they did with the Werewolf by Night. If they did something like that, that's the only way I could see them following it up. And
the time is getting old. You know, like people are forgetting
TikTok, right?
Yeah. And so I just kind of feel like this won't get followed up. They won't do it. Next, and this is a stupid one. And we can talk about Sony and everything else. At the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, Eddie Brock was there, and
this is like a post-credit scene, right?
Yes, post-credit scene. Apparently, whatever kind of crazy stuff that happened that brought all those villains over from different universes into the MCU main universe also brought Venom. And I'm just finish this up. And so at the end of it, Eddie Brock's like sitting on a beach. And if you watch,
he's at a beach bar. Yeah.
And if you watched, I think wasn't that didn't this at the end of Venom? Wasn't this a thing where he gets pulled into it? No, this was at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, wasn't it? There was a post-credit scene where Eddie Brock was pulled into the MCU universe. And then that must have been the end of a Venom episode. Of a Venom movie.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
It was definitely the end of a Venom movie. And then they finished that part up with the post-credit scene for No Way Home. My point is, at the end of it, a piece of the symbiote came off of Eddie and was left in our universe. And so the idea was that somehow, this little piece of the Venom would go and find the Tom Holland Spider-Man, and we would get the black costume. Listen, guys, this is not going to happen. I don't know why it was in the movie in the first place. It's a stupid idea. Everything that Sony touches when it comes to Spider-Man stuff is dumb. Like, it's just
unless it's animated.
Yeah, unless it's animated. And like, I just think that they just kind of squeezed this post-credit scene in, and they had no plan for a Spider-Man Venom thing. And like, I want to readdress this. There is no Spider-Man in that Venom universe. Spider-Man doesn't exist. And so like, Sony, what are you doing? I understand you want a Venom Spider-Man team up or fight or whatever, but you have laid no narrative groundwork to do that. There's no, and like at this
I'm
point,
so surprised that Marvel went along with it.
At this point, if I asked the average fan on the street where the black Venom costume came from, they would not know. Like, and it's not just the MCU.
The black Spider-Man costume.
Yeah, it's not just the MCU Venom problem. It's actually, if you go to the comics, they've done so much convoluted mess with the Venom storylines that they can't, they don't even know. And like, I'm just sick of Venom in the first place. I think it's stupid. I just don't like it. But anyway,
you know what? I don't need a dark Spider-Man.
Well, no, okay. The original storyline for the Venom costume, for the black suit costume, is actually a really good storyline. But it's Venom though. Well, the idea was that Spider-Man found this suit in space. He brought it back. The suit was alive. It tried to take him over. He rejected the suit. Then the suit found Eddie. They created Venom, which is sort of like a different version of a darker Spider-Man. And he was a pretty good villain. But we've gone so far away from all that now it's just Venom's different than he's ever been before. The connection to Spider-Man doesn't make any sense. It's just it's just an absolute unmitigated mess. It's just not even fun. And so I'm going to stay here and say this is never going to happen. And Venom fans, you can go to hell. I hate you. You're the reason why This is all messy. All right.
That's harsh, man.
I don't care. I'm so sick of Venom. I'm so sick of him. Like it's just I'm just tired of it. Like it goes against so much core stuff when it comes to Spider-Man, and he's so far removed. What's the even point of having him around? And I don't understand the appeal. Anybody who walks around with a Venom T-shirt is weird. Like, what are you doing? Like, why is that a character that you like that much? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, next up, the 10 Rings. So at the end of Shang-Chi, there was Wong, Shang-Chi, and I forget her name, Shang-Chi's sidekick. They were hanging out with Wong and Kamatage, and they realized that the rings were emitting some kind of signal. He was talking to Captain Marvel, he was talking to Bruce Banner, and they were all kind of talking about the signal. They didn't know what was going on with it. And at the end, Wong suggested that that something was going to happen, or there's going to be some follow up.
You know what I heard recently?
What's that
about this one?
What?
I heard that the next time we see Shang-Chi, he's in Battleworld.
That would be connected to the Secret Wars.
To the Secret Wars, right? And so either the next time we see Shang-Chi is in Secret Wars, or there's a Shang-Chi sequel for Secret Wars where he ends up in Battleworld, and so that's where the signal was pointing to.
Is this confirmed or just like theory crafted?
No, this is just stuff I heard.
Where'd you hear this from?
It was on the internet.
Are you talking to guys behind the 7-Eleven about it? Like, what's going on? I make fun of people behind the 7-Eleven a lot. I'm not sure why.
Do people hang out behind the 7-Eleven near you a lot?
I'm thinking that at some point at any 7-Eleven at any given time, there's like 3 or 4 weird dudes that's just hanging out there. You know,
okay.
And like those are people you don't want to talk to.
Right.
Anyway, okay.
That sounds crazy to me, right?
No,
like there's no way. Like, let's say that happens.
That's not awkward. That's not weird. I think that's the vibe. That could happen.
Okay. So it doesn't sound crazy to you.
No, if I was the head of.
I mean, no way that was their original idea, though, right? Like they had to have.
No, that's the key point. They didn't have an original idea. They just do this. They just do this and then figure it out later.
Yeah, they didn't have. You don't think they had any idea where the signal was going to be pointing?
No. And here's the cool thing about it: Shang-Chi came out in 2021. Okay, if Shang-Chi came out in 2026, that's not too old.
It's kind of old.
No, I think people will remember it. Okay.
What was the longest between Thors? There was a long gap between some Thor movies. I can't remember how much that was.
But I think this gap would be all right. I don't think
people are hungry for another Shang-Chi movie.
Yeah, no. I know right now that Shang-Chi could come out or be announced. People would be excited about because Shang-Chi was very popular. And if they use that movie to kind of segue to Avengers Doomsday or Avengers Secret War, that would work out well for everybody.
I'm just going to, Marvel, you don't need to fit it into some overarching story. Just do another Shang-Chi movie. People will go see it.
Yeah, but do remember that they do need to prep for Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret War. They have to prep for that. And so they got to figure out some way to do it. And I think Shang-Chi would be a good way to do it. But that's just me. So is there going to be a follow-up to the signal? I think so. Now, to be clear, this 10 rings are completely different.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to, right?
No, they don't have to. There's no one begging anybody to follow any of these up.
No. I'm just saying they're going to do another Shang-Chi movie, right?
I have no idea.
At some point.
They have 3 or 4. They have 3 or 4 unannounced movies.
What's the actor's name?
I don't know.
He keeps saying they're going to do another movie, but
Simu
Liu, right?
Yeah. And Aquafina,
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh could be in it, possibly.
That'd be cool.
Chen could be in it, maybe. So it could be some good stuff. But I think who?
What was that last name you said?
Phila Chen. She was his sister. No, she played his sister.
Oh, okay.
I think Simu Liu and Aquafina are strong enough actors that they can carry a Shang-Chi movie, no problem.
No doubt.
It could be announced. I think if there is going to be a Shang-Chi movie, we will know about it next year. If it's not announced next year, we're not going to have one.
Please make it a genre movie. when you do it.
Yeah, I would like it to be a genre old school kung fu movie for sure.
Yeah.
But will they follow up with the Signals of the Ten Rings? I think they probably will.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. That could point anywhere.
Yeah. All right, keep it going. This is one that
they just have to figure out why the Hulk and Captain Marvel were part of it, but whatever.
Well, they were just advisors.
Okay.
So remember they were on these like telescreens, and the telescreens was the same kind of telescreens they used in Avengers and Endgame. So they're just like talking about it.
Yeah, right.
All right, so Bruce Banner's son at the end.
Hey, at the end of that, Captain Marvel had to go somewhere. Where do you think she was going?
I don't know, to an emergency. That's not a lingering plot thread.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is Bruce Banner's son at the end of She-Hulk. So remember, at the end of She-Hulk, Bruce Banner, in the form of his Hulk form, showed up and he said, "Hey guys, this is my son, Sakaar."
This was so dumb.
No, it's not. But how they did it is definitely bad.
Nobody cares about the Hulk's son from another planet.
A lot of people do, man. A lot of Hulk fans definitely care about him. 100%.
They care about his son from another planet?
Yeah, without a doubt.
They never even met his mother.
Well, in an ideal world, we would have got World War Hulk, which I'm not going to go over again.
Yeah, you and Josh talked about World War Hulk,
which is it's fantastic. It's a great Hulk story. It's probably the best.
Go back and listen to our Thor Ragnarok podcast.
Yeah, wow, that was a long time ago. But it's fantastic. It's really, really good. And and the reason why they didn't do this is because they do not have the rights to Hulk, and they can't make any movies for him for some weird reason. I don't know why. They can't make have the rights to him, but they can't make any movies. So they can't make a Hulk.
No standalone Hulk movies.
No. And so so I don't know where Sakaar would show up. I don't know how he would show up, and I think that at the end of She-Hulk, having Sakaar show up like that was just wrong. And
he looked bad.
The CGI was a problem for the entire She-Hulk series.
But does his costume look bad though?
What? It's just they didn't think it through, Mike.
His design wasn't good.
Yeah, he didn't think it through, so I'm not going to spend too much time worrying about that because we're not going to see it again.
Yeah, he's never coming back, right?
That's
gone.
Seriously doubt it. If he did show up, he'd be so confused and nobody would really understand who he is.
Yeah, the Hulk's son went back to his home planet.
Yeah,
that's a Simpsons reference.
Yeah. So I seriously doubt we'll see that again. And if we do see it again, he won't make any sense in the first place. And this is one of those things where I just kind of wish that we never did this. And then doing this, putting Sakaar in the end of She-Hulk was just Marvel and Disney trying to keep the train moving. Like, hey, we're going to make a whole new saga. It's going to be the multiverse saga, and Sakaar is going to be a part of it, and blah, blah, blah. Of course, the multiverse saga fell apart for a few reasons. And Sakaar just will never find its footing. I don't think they should spend any time trying to shoehorn him in or anything.
Yeah, I agree.
They should just leave it alone.
Yeah.
If anything, they should try to figure out what they want to do with Hulk and She-Hulk more than anything.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm far away.
Is She-Hulk on your list? Is She-Hulk on your list?
She has no lingering plot threads.
She's a lingering thread.
Mm-hmm. She has superpowers and she lives in LA and she's a lawyer. That's done. That's closed. Now, do we want it's a difference between a lingering plot thread and do we want to see this character again? Right?
Will we ever see this character again?
Will we ever see She-Hulk again?
Who knows?
If Tatiana would probably do it. She has nothing else to do right now.
I think she would do it. Yeah,
she would definitely do it. And I do think you should expect to see her in Avengers Doomsday or some kind of thing like that, maybe. Yeah, I do want. At some point, we do need to talk about Avengers, this Doomsday storyline. Because if it is going to be what I think it's going to be, it's going to be interesting. But I need to actually read the comic. There's a whole comic series about Doctor Doom I need to check out. All right,
you're gonna play Fortnite?
Huh? No. I'm not talking about Fortnite with you. Like I'm just.
Doctor Doom's coming to Fortnite tonight.
No more Fortnite stuff, man. Like I don't care about Fortnite. You know?
Is it Doctor Doom? Is that his name?
Doctor Doom. Dr. Victor Von Doom. Yes.
They just call him Doom, though, right?
They call him Doctor Doom.
Okay.
Some people just call him Doom. All right.
Yeah, he's coming to Fortnite. It's going to be pretty dope.
I don't play Fortnite, man.
Should.
No, I don't. I'm never gonna play Fortnite. It's not my thing.
It's good.
Okay, so now this is a one that's going to aggravate me a lot.
There's this character in Fortnite. He's like a blonde dude. He's going to be wearing the Captain America outfit. It's going to be awesome.
So this one is a thread that annoys me. So at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, Sam Wilson gets the mantle of Captain America. He's now Captain America. We don't know what happens to Bucky. He's just a Winter Soldier doing what Winter Soldiers do. And Sharon Carter gets some kind of apology from the federal government because at the end of Captain America: Civil War, she's a criminal because she helped Captain America and Bucky get their. Remember that she helped Captain America and Bucky and Sam Wilson escape in Civil War.
Nah, I don't remember that, but
okay, so
whatever.
It does happen. It does happen. So she had to flee, and she went to Mandapore. And apparently
makes sense.
Yeah, she was a villain in Mandapore. She was the character. There was a character in Mandapore that she was. It was a long story. I forget what it is. Anyway, the implication is that Sharon Carter was a bad guy at the end of Captain America.
Weapons dealer, the weapon merchant, the something.
Arms dealers.
Yeah, but like it was a name that was like related to that, I think.
Yeah, who cares? So Sharon Carter was
the weapon master.
It wasn't. I don't think that was a word. So Sharon Carter was like a bad guy. That was the implication at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Emily Van Camp. I'm going to say this plain and simple. Emily Van Camp did not do a very good job playing Sharon Carter. The Disney Marvel people did not do a very good job elevating the character. She never fit in.
I'm just now remembering that she was a neighbor of
Captain America and Winter Soldier. Yeah. I think she's had she had more speaking lines in Falcon and Winter Soldier than she did in the Avengers movies.
Yep.
She just wasn't that interesting. This blah blah blah. And Sharon Carter is a really interesting character for Marvel. She did a lot of cool things with Captain America in the comics, but they did not know what to do with her. And Emily Van Camp could not act her way out of a bag with this one. Now, I think Emily Van Camp is probably a great actor, but she just could not do it. And I don't think she even wanted to do it. And so if Emily Van Camp is going to, is she billed to be in, I don't think she's going to be in, Captain America: Brave New World.
No idea.
And we'll find out right now. Emily.
No one's been talking about it.
Yeah, nope. Brave.
I mean, she would have. Yeah, people would have said something, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, she is. Well, there's a rumor that she's going. It's a rumor that she's going to be in it.
Nah, she's not going to be in it.
Is she billed?
I'm not even sure if you can trust IMDb at this point. I don't know.
Wiki says she might be in it. I don't know. Like, okay, if we see something that says that she's going to be in Captain America: Brave New World, then that storyline of her being a bad guy will close itself up. I kind of wish.
Who's the bad guy in that new movie? What's his name?
You know what? We don't really know. We know the Serpent Society is going to be a group of villains, and we know that I
think if she's in that movie, I think she gets killed by the Serpent Society.
That could be. That's fine with me.
Within a few seconds of showing up on screen,
it makes me annoyed though because Sharon
kill her off right away.
But it's annoying because Sharon Carter is actually a really, really good character in the comics, but they never did anything good with her.
Well, so was Maria Hill, right? Supposedly, that's what you tell me.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe Marvel has a hard. They've had a hard time with these B-list characters. Like they don't know how to elevate them. They have a better chance. They know how to take really big name Marvel characters and making them superstars, or taking a low level character that nobody cares about and making them big.
But they're front and center in the movie. They're not playing a side act.
Yeah, but
like Sharon Carter, I just thought it was like some extra. Like nobody cares about this character at all.
But here's the problem.
In all the movies.
But here's the problem. Instead of Black Widow being in Captain America Winter Soldier, it could have been Sharon Carter. She could have done that role just fine. You know? But instead, they wanted to bring in what's-her-face for some star power. And then again, you have like, you know, Captain America.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, Black Widow. You introduce Falcon. You got the Winter Soldier. You've got Samuel Jackson. You got all these different people, and then you got, hey, I'm Sharon Carter. Like, she doesn't have any room to move. None. And so maybe she'll show up, maybe she won't. I kind of hope that she does show up and does something, but I'm going to give it a maybe there. Just a strong maybe.
I predict she gets killed off almost
I think
immediately.
You want her to be killed off, which is odd.
No, I don't want her to.
All right, we got to keep going. Next up, where the F is the Vision? Vision Quest is apparently they're going to make it. I don't see when they're going to make this. When are they going to make Vision Quest?
How does it and how does it lead up to Doom?
How is it going to connect to Doom? Is it going to like? And here's the deal: Wanda Maximoff is dead in the MCU. She's alive in other timelines, but the Wanda Maximoff that we've seen in the other storylines, she's dead. She's not coming back. And if she's not back, then why do we care if Vision's around? Like, the whole reason why Vision was so cool is because of the relationship they could build with Wanda. And the whole storyline between Wanda Maximoff.
Well, he's also got that voice.
Yeah, the voice is good. But I don't think anybody is going to want to tune into the Vision and watch it. So I sincerely doubt, especially when you hear all this stuff about like Marvel cutting back and stuff, they might bring him in. They might bring Vision in for the Doomsday / Secret Wars storyline. Maybe.
Yeah. Right.
But that's as far as it's going to go. We're not going to see a Vision Quest.
Could the Vision like hold down his own show or movie? I don't think so.
No, I don't think he could. Was he a cool character in the?
He's a good foil for like other people, but not.
Yes. He was great in he was great in WandaVision. He was great in the Marvel movies. But I mean, a synthetic robot.
He's a straight man. You gotta have somebody playing off of him.
And there's not, as far as B-list characters to put in the show to support Vision. I can't name any. Like, who do you put in there with him? Like, all the characters that Vision interacted with in the comics are all Avengers characters. Are you going to put more of them are dead? Yeah, so a lot of them are dead or moved on and they can't get actors for it. And like Vision, I don't think Vision even has his own comic book ever. So it's just like, it's not going to happen. But in the MCU, there is a revived Vision flying around somewhere, but we don't know where he is.
Is he white?
He is. That's the white version of the Vision, yeah.
In the comics currently?
Well, I told you the story. I've told you this. We've talked about this a million times. Hello?
I don't know, dude. Did we?
In the comics, Vision, the one that you saw before with the color scheme, he turned white when he was dehumanized, when someone took him apart and put him back together as a whole thing. And so that Vision didn't have any emotions, but then later it found out they actually did. So so the white looking Vision is comic accurate, and so is the colored version of the Vision. But the one that's floating around is the white version.
Interesting. Not really.
Well, if you're not interested, they're not going to make a show, okay?
All right. Yeah, I don't think they will.
No, this is actually a really nasty one. So at the end of Secret Invasion, it was revealed that Rhodey was a Skrull. That was a big part.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was a big part of the show. And then
but he came out of the Skrull thingy.
He was in a Skrull coma, and he came out, and he had on a gown, like he was in a hospital. Because we did see Rhodey in a gown, like he was in a hospital in Civil War, people assumed that the Skrulls kidnapped Rhodey at the end or during Civil War, and that Rhodey has been in a coma,
been a Skrull ever since.
And so if that's right, then Rhodey was a Skrull in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Now, do I think that is a good storytelling thing to do? Absolutely not. I do not think that people will want to believe that the hero that is Rhodey was actually a squirrel in those two movies. What?
Why not?
Because that Skrull was a villain. He was a bad guy, and Rhodey did good superhero things. So I don't want to think that Rhodey didn't do those good superhero things. I want to think that the Rhodey that was in that awesome suit in Avengers Endgame and did those cool things was actually Rhodey, not a Skrull. That's just how I feel. And so I think a lot of fans of War Machine feel the same way. Now, they were supposed to make a Armor Wars TV show,
right? Yeah.
And then we heard it was going to be a movie. It definitely is not going to be a TV show. It definitely not going to be a movie. Would Don Cheadle do something? Yeah, he would.
Here's another call for a special presentation.
I think it would
Armor Wars 45-minute show.
I think that it would be cool to have Don Cheadle in Brave New World at some point, either at the end or somewhere around in there, so we can see how he's doing as War Machine. I think that would be really good.
Yeah.
But
he's in Fortnite. War Machine's in Fortnite. Yeah.
Do I think they're going to close?
So they're still putting energy into War Machine, is what I'm saying.
Are they going to close this loop with a War Machine? I don't know. Secret Invasion was such a mess. Just a big mess. And that's not the
horrible.
That's not the only plot
I don't even
thread.
think it happened. I think that was a dream that you and I had.
There's like 4 different plot threads just from a Secret Invasion alone that I don't want to get into.
Right.
Like what happened to the Skrulls? What happened to the Super Skrull?
What happened to Danny?
Who's Danny?
The Queen of the Unbroken Chains, the Savior.
Oh, that's the Super Skrull. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, who knows what all this mess is going to be? I think that they do. I think, and here's the problem. And for comic fans, there is a responsibility that the writers and the publishing houses of the comics have to making sure that the storylines make sense, that all the plots are threaded together and everything makes sense. Do I think that Disney cares about this? Absolutely not. They do not care. And so if they're only going to make a TV show or a movie if they can make some kind of money off of it. And they're only going to make a TV show if that means getting more Disney Plus subscribers.
What are you saying they don't care about?
The actual narrative threads.
Okay.
They don't care.
Right. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe
they don't have a loose threads department.
No,
they should.
No, not at all. And so I don't know. Maybe there'll be. I mean, War Machine kind of has the same connection as like Vision and Wanda. War Machine, Iron Man. Iron Man's dead.
Kevin Feige, if you're listening, hire at least Jay for the loose threads department.
Hey, there is a history in the comics where Rhodey actually becomes Iron Man, takes Tony's place for a long time.
Interesting.
So that would be actually really cool for Don Cheadle to say I'm Iron Man. Just take up the mantle as Iron Man. That sounds actually brilliant. That would actually be really cool. All right, next up. Hercules at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder.
This one's a shame because that guy's a really good actor.
He is a good actor. What's his name?
I think he's perfect for Hercules.
What's his name?
Brett Goldstein?
Yeah, so, okay, here's the problem with this, Mike. Ted Lasso, is that even a thing anymore?
It's over.
Yeah, and so, like, the popularity with this character connected to Ted Lasso, and it was great to see him at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder. Because
he's a really good actor, though. I think he'd do a great job with Hercules.
I agree with that. Like, they're not going to make another Thor movie.
They're going to make another Thor movie.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
I don't think it's going to be Thor versus Hercules, but they're going to make another Thor movie.
Okay, so then you don't think this thread's going to happen?
No, I do not. Mm-mm.
Then why would they make?
It's a shame.
Why would they make another Thor movie?
Because Chris Hemsworth wants to make another Thor movie.
Then why not bring in Hercules, a Thor character that people would love to see on screen?
I don't think people want to see Thor versus Hercules.
What do you want to see as a Thor fan?
I'll tell you exactly what I want. I want to see Thor fighting frost giants on Asgard.
Asgard's destroyed.
I don't know, man. Take me back in time.
No, I'm not doing that.
Recreate Asgard. I don't know.
There is a storyline where
there's a Ragnarok cycle. There's a new Asgard.
That is the story in the comics, so that is a thing. But listen, I
want to see a heavily drenched in Norse mythology Thor movie with Chris Hemsworth.
You have a better chance of seeing a Thor movie that's not under the Marvel banner, because Thor, they don't own Thor. They don't own the Thor IP. So in
fact, I'm surprised we haven't seen a Thor movie from Norway. Like the people that do the troll movies and all that.
Yeah.
Like, why haven't they done a Thor movie yet?
Good question. I don't know. Maybe they think people don't want it. I don't know.
They are sadly mistaken.
But, dude, okay. So, do you think?
Yeah, Hercules is not. I mean, I don't think Hercules is coming back.
He might.
Like, how would he fit in?
Hercules is an Avenger, a legitimate Avenger. You don't even know. Have you watched have you read any comics with Hercules?
Nobody wants to see Hercules in the Avengers.
Dude, there was a period of time. There was a period of time where Hercules actually took over the Hulk comic.
That reminds people of like school and stuff. They don't want to see Hercules as an Avenger.
Dude, okay. I understand what you're trying to say. However, Hercules is a very popular character in Marvel Comics.
Okay.
He is. He's very popular.
All right. Nobody wants to see him as an Avenger in a movie.
Why not? We saw other people as Avengers. Why not him?
They're comic characters. They're not Hercules.
Hercules is in the comics.
Yeah, but he's really, what is he, a Roman god? Or is it a Greek god?
So Thor's a Norse god. He has comic books. What's the difference? What's the problem?
Thor has magical stuff. Hercules is just like strong.
All right. So
Thor fits in more. Thor fits in more.
I don't understand your anti-Hercules bias. I don't get it.
I don't have an anti-Hercules bias. I just don't.
Apparently you do.
I don't think anybody wants to see him in the Avengers.
I don't know. If they put him in the Avengers, I'd watch it.
Sure. Okay.
I would.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Next up,
I don't think that actor would want to be in a Avengers like series of movies, though.
Probably not.
Maybe not.
No, I doubt it. I think at the height of Ted Lasso, I think it was some things people thought, but I don't think it's a thing now. All right, here's the deal. Eternals, just as a movie, has a ton of plot threads, just loose threads. I just have like two of them. Eros at the end of Eternals,
Star Fox,
and at the Black Knight and Blade ? At the end of Eternals. So if people don't remember, at the post-credit scene, Eros, actually another one too, but I'll get that in a second. So Eros showed up. He was a brother of Thanos. He was played by Harry Styles. And Pip, the troll, which is really terribly CGI'd. They showed up and they were going to help the Eternals somehow, which is fine.
Right.
Harry Styles being Eros would have been cool. It's fine.
Sure.
And also at the end, the Black Knight, played by Kit,
who was in the Eternals the whole time, but we didn't know he was the Black Knight.
Yeah, he actually was getting ready.
We thought it was just some dude.
Yes, he was actually ready he was about to get the black sword and use it. But then someone says, you better not, or be careful with that. And the voice that said that to him was supposedly Blade at the end of it.
Wesley Snipes.
It was not Wesley Snipes that said that. It was probably, I don't even know if it's Mahershala Ali.
So. There's only one Blade.
Yeah. So here's the deal with the Eternals. And don't forget, at the end of Eternals, the God Celestial Ashram came and grabbed the Eternals and took them for judgment. So don't forget that. So it was set up for a sequel. We're never going to see Eternals.
And there's one loose thread that's getting picked up.
Oh, the fact that the Tiamat, the Celestial in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, that's
right.
That's going to be picked up. That's it, though, guys. We're not going to see anything else. They're not going to make an Eternals movie sequel. None of these, like Kit Harington is
Black Knight is done.
He's not going to play Black Knight. In fact, we have a link to an article where Kit Harington was like, "I didn't care about this character. They told me to do this movie. I did it. When Disney tells you to do something, you just do it. So that's never going to happen."
Wait, was that a real article?
Yes, it's linked in the show notes.
Really?
Yes. He's like, I'm not doing that. He didn't say he wouldn't do it. He just said nobody cares.
Gotcha.
The woman who made the Eternals made it before she got a Grammy or as an Oscar for another movie she made. So she's an Oscar-winning director. She's not doing the Eternals. And finally, just like no one cares. I like the Eternals. I like that movie a lot. But those characters are not in the mainstream Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're not.
Yeah, they ain't coming back.
They're not mainstream Marvel characters. The last thing we worry about the Eternals is Tiamat in the middle of the ocean. That is it.
You know what would be cool is for Camille Nanjiani to come back in the Secret Wars movie.
Who did she play?
Camille Nanjiani. He's the guy that played the Bollywood actor.
Oh, he'd be funny. Yeah. But and to be clear, even the Black Knight, not the Black Knight, even Blade is like a dead thing at this point.
Right. Yeah. Blade's a loose thread. Yeah.
So guys, this is, and listen, again, the reason why they did all that with Eternals and everything else and all the threads we're talking about is because they believed the MCU train was going to keep churning like they did in Infinity War, but it's not churning like that anymore. It's just not. Right. And all these properties have been so old, nobody cares.
They were going to put out tons of stuff every year. Yeah.
They were going to,
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Last but not least. Oh, I think that was, you know what? That's it. That's the list. So listen, I liked all the movies we talked about on this list. I liked. Would it have been better if we did not have these lingering plot threads? Yes.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I've got a strong prediction.
It's weaknesses. This is all weaknesses in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a strong prediction too, Mike, that after Avengers Secret Wars, again, Disney is just going to be like, okay, we ate all the cookies in the cookie jar. It's time to chill out.
I do not think they're going to chill out. I think they might change tack to where they might say, you know what? Trying to interconnect all these movies is too much. We can't do it. We'll have some standalone movies, and at the most, we'll have interconnected trilogies.
You could be.
That's what I would do if I was Kevin Feige.
Yeah, you could be right. You could be right. You could be right. We'll have to see. Here's the deal:
20 movie arcs.
And you can
only come along once in a lifetime.
You can kind of tell that the comic book story sagas, people aren't really interested anymore. If you look, remember at the end of Deadpool, they had a post-credit scene that had nothing to do with anything, and so and that would have been a perfect place for a post-credit scene. So here, when we see Captain America: Brave New World next year, if they have a post-credit scene, we'll see. Okay, they're going to try this again, but I don't know. I think they're almost done with this. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Out of all of these loose threads, which one would you like to see picked up the most?
I would like to see Don Cheadle's War Machine story stuff get fixed up and finished. I would like to see let's see, hang on. The 10 Rings with Shang-Chi have to be finished up. This is necessary.
That's it. That's the one.
Those two are the only ones I care about.
Give us more Shang-Chi. And I guess tell us where that signal was going.
Yeah, 100%. Shang-Chi, The Signal, Don Cheadle, War Machine. That's it. Everything else, that should be gone. Okay. Oh, you got to bleep that out.
What?
You got to. I swore. I should have sworn. All right. Okay. News you can abuse. You ready?
I'm ready.
The hype machine.
It's about Fortnite, right?
No, it's nothing to do with Fortnite. The hype machine for the Avengers Doomsday is rapidly occurring, and there are some hints about who will be as far as characters in the movie, now then this is not rock solid, but these are just characters that they're saying that might show up, and they probably will. Let's look at them. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Robert Downey Jr. will definitely be in Doom, be as Doctor Doom, which we probably need to do a whole episode just on that. Florence Pugh is definitely be in it. She'll probably have to carry a lot of it. Like, she's going to be a star power for that movie.
Yeah.
Sebastian Stan, Bucky Barnes is going to be in it. Sam Wilson, Captain America. Anthony Mackie's going to be in it for sure. Now, Danny
I'm kind of surprised they didn't really like pass a baton to Sebastian Stan.
Why would he need it? He's not Captain America.
I just mean the movies. You know, he's a good. People love him. Apparently, he's going to be in more of this stuff. Why is he still playing like a bit part?
I don't know. Nobody wants to see a Winter Soldier movie.
Sure, they do.
You do. That's it.
Everybody does.
Oh, okay. Danny Ramirez as Falcon. He was in the show. Yeah, he was in.
And I was like, Jay, why are they paying so much attention to this character?
Sidekick. Yeah. He's probably gonna be it. We'll see. I'll have more of an opinion about him after we see him in Brave New World.
The Falcon armor.
Yeah. Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, and all the Fantastic Four cast will be in it for sure. Franklin Richards will probably be in it, but we don't know yet.
Who?
Franklin Richards is Reed and Sue's son. He'll definitely be in it.
But why will he definitely be in it?
He has the power to bend reality. So he can remake reality as he sees fit.
Okay. Is that somehow key to defeating Dr. Doom?
Well, in the story that I think they're going to do, Dr. Doom takes over all reality and creates his own reality where he's a god. So it's like, so Doomsday is like all of a sudden the Marvel Cinematic Universe is controlled by Doom, and everything and everybody and everything.
The universe is controlled by Dr. Doom.
Yes, because he gets the power to do it. And so him stealing the power from Franklin Richards or something like that makes a lot of sense. And that's it. So yeah, we kind of already knew this, so it's not too big of a surprise. But we'll know far more who's going to be in Avengers Doomsday next year after we see Brave New World and everything else. I do want to say that they can't do Avengers Doomsday at all if they don't have Tom Holland Spider-Man. So I'm already saying it right now.
Why is that?
Star power. Tom Holland Spider-Man will be in. I mean, you remember how hyped we got when we realized that Spider-Man was going to be in Avengers Civil War, right? It got everybody to go. And so they'll just do the same thing. So they're probably saving. They're saving that. At some point, you'll see
Tom Holland.
Yeah, you'll see a hype trailer with Tom Holland in the movie somehow, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
All right, and that's it. That is our.
Now I got my own news you can abuse.
All right, it's not on the list, but go for it.
Doomsday is taking over Fortnite.
God, man.
All the Marvel characters are there. There's Banana Wolverine is in the game. Pillyween.
I don't hate you, Mike.
Something like that.
I don't hate you, but I hate what Fortnite has done to you.
By the time you're listening to this, you may already be playing the new hot Doomsday Fortnite. I'll see you there. Yeah, that's my news. That's good stuff.
It makes me kind of want to cry.
You should participate.
It makes me kind of want to cry. Anyway, that's our show, everyone. We have no idea what our next show is going to be.
That's right. We got to find something out. We're in the desert.
Yeah, you will know. You will know when we do. But we'll say to this: thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this crazy train that we're on, and I'll let you guys next time.